I'm David, everyone. I hope you are doing fine, and I hope you can hear me. Uh, like always, we're just going to get into what we are prepared for today. So I hope you have like a clear mind because today we're going to look at continue with Context API, which we looked at on Wednesday. Then I finalized today. So if you have questions before I begin from Wednesday's uh, lesson, feel free to ask. You can ask in the chat, or you can mute and say something. If you have any questions, please thumbs up so that you can continue. Good. Okay. So, like always, I'm going to try to go just look at what we did last time, and before I begin the first set. I first change something in my VS Code to avoid false. Okay, let me be true. It's okay. It will be better. Get used to it. Yeah. So, if you have issues with anything, just please ask. Okay. So, I'm going to try to go over the code that we did last time and what we did. Okay. So, last Wednesday we looked at prompt drilling. Okay, and then we looked also at the Context API. And then like prompt drilling is simply pass prompts from the mother, so from the parent to the child, to the child, so it becomes like you continuously pass prompts. Okay, so we looked at having one source of true data. Okay, and just pull up an image to show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, so we are saying this is prompt drilling. Yeah, this is prompt drilling where you pass in continuously passing prompts. Okay, then I also looked at Context API, which looks something like this, where you have the context or the store or the state outside your components. Then you can always pass it. Okay, can always pass it, either can allow your components to consume. Then you can provide a change. So we look at providers and we look at consumers. So let's look at just simply using I think the use context hook. So today I want us to maybe let's look at using the provider, context of provider, also context of consumer. Then also look at how you can also pass in you can use Context API when you're using class-based functions. Okay, so real quick I'm going to show you just how to do it, then you can continue what you did today. Okay, what we have in the ground today. Today we're going to look at use reducer, hook. For now, let me just first go to the code like which we did last time. Okay, actually, so we looked at a few key points on Wednesday. Like usually we had, let me criticize this one. Okay, we had a bunch of files and folders which we had done beforehand. Okay, and we looked at the pages which contain our pages, which for each page. Then of course we had our components. Okay, which are our small components. Will be like the form, section, the footer, and the navigation. But we also had what we call the store. Okay, I said you can name the store or the context. Okay, by my case I'm naming the store just for convenience. Okay, and inside the store I have the first context. Okay, for our first context will change our state. Okay, and it's quite simple, and simply import React from React because I want to write some JSX. Okay. Then I also import create context to create a context. Okay. So of course on line 24 here, I'm creating context. Okay, together. Let's call the create context method from React. Then I create the context. Okay. Then after the context, I have to create a provider for it. Okay. Sound like because this is the state. Okay. Something like it's a box which allows us what to. So in that case, you can look at it as this box. Where's this box here? The context can be this box together. This is a context, the box together. Then create a provider, okay, which allows us to connect the context, okay, this box to our components, okay, which is the context provider, okay. Inside the context provider, you pass in a value, okay, a value prop, okay, which will contain the state, okay, what you want to change. Maybe it can contain anything, okay. But in case it's containing the state, okay, the global state which is the blogs and the set blogs, okay. So it's containing the methods, okay, and the state, okay. So we have the hook, which is the blogs, then the set blogs method. Yeah. For example, if you want to have a class-based function, maybe you have like this the state together. You can see pass it this state maybe equals to something this. Okay, I'm assuming you have a class. Maybe you have like blogs here together, which is also an array of objects together. You can always pass it this as blogs. You can say this the state, okay, not blogs. But I won't create that because I think it's a bit kind of easier to look at and understand. So I will not create that. I'll just show you it's the same thing. There's no difference. Okay, the value is simply the value in our case, the value here is simply an object. Can be an object, can be an array. So whatever you define, okay, can be an object, can be an array. Okay, it's simply a prop, okay, which will be available for all the children, okay. That's what we said, okay. And then how do you use this value here? Use it using the use. In our case, we looked at using the use context hook, okay, which was something like let me show you an example. Something like on slide here, which is you come here, you structure out the value, which is this value, but this is the value, okay. Then you pass it the use context together. Then you pass it what you want, like where the context is coming from, okay. So you pass in the context here, which is the block context together. This block context now, this block context, okay, now stands for the value, okay. So this value is here. So this create context. So the block context now, it now has this value, okay. So you structure out the value. Now, in case you structure it, because now in case you can see it's an object here, okay, an object. Okay, so you can structure out the object here, okay, like that. Then of course you get the values, okay, and then use them as DOM, okay. Like blogs, you can see the DOM here, set blogs like DOM, okay. So do use them as a normal set blog and the blogs array, okay. Very simple, okay. So that's one method, okay. One method of using it, okay. So you can say, just type here and say using use context, okay. Context, okay. Hook, yeah. But now there's also, I imagine you don't want to use hooks together, but you want to use a context API, okay. But you want to use hooks, but you want to use a context API. And it's quite simple also, okay, and straightforward, very simple and straightforward, okay. So one thing is, let's first assume that, okay, you are using a class functional based component, okay, which is maybe, let's look at the blog section here, which here you don't have any context, okay. Assuming here maybe I want to pass in maybe the blogs, okay, somewhere here, okay, so the blog section, okay, I want to pass in the blogs, okay. So how do I get the blogs that using what they use context. Okay, that is in the that using the use context hook together. So that is in the hook use context hook. Okay, how do I pass in the value? Okay, so there are two ways. Okay, if you're using a class-based function, it's a different thing. Okay? Or if you're using a functional component, okay, you can use what we call a consumer, okay, a consumer, okay, and it's straightforward. It's quite also as easy as you can make it, or as hard as you can make it. Okay, it's just how you think about it. Okay, and it's quite. Let me show you an example. So in that case, I'm going to go ahead and bring in the context together. Context here. The first thing I'll say import. Okay. Import. Okay. Like that. Okay. Import. Then I'll bring the context. I'll bring the context here, which is the blog. I just blog context. Okay, I'm lazy, so typing here will make my life hard. Let me just come here, just quality of blog context. I think it will come here. But just say blog context here, it will report for me here automatically. Okay. So one thing is, if you want to use the blog context, okay, without using the use context hook, okay, together, you can use it. You can use what we call the context consumer, okay, or the context consumer. And if you read about context consumer in React documentation here, the documentation before I try it out, so that I can be sure what I'm saying is connected to that. Okay. Yeah, so I was saying that that if you want to use the context, okay, API, without using the use context hook, you can always use what we call a context consumer, okay. And context consumer, let me just search about consumer. So yeah, so the context consumer, this allows you to consume the data, okay, coming from the provider, okay. So you see a context consumer just to the side, okay. In this case, that there is some kind of some unique words which are towards which like programmatic words, okay. They are saying a record component that subscribes or to a context, okay, maybe that connects to the state, okay, which is the context, okay. So this lets you to connect with a function, okay, functional component, okay. You can say my my context dot consume, okay. So you can consume it like this, okay. Then you can consume it like so, okay. So you say my context dot consume, okay. Then you pass in here the value, okay, which is the context. Then you read out, okay, the JSX, okay. This is what we call a higher order component, okay, kind of analogy. So let me just show you. Okay. So now case here, go try it. Okay, we're gonna say the blog context, because it's a JSX element. Blog context like that. Then say dot consumer. I think small letters, yeah, small letters. But it's small, couple letters. Okay, consumer. Then of course you go ahead and close it out. Okay. Yeah, and this. Since this is a higher order, a higher it's a higher order component. Okay, what you do is you pass. You have to pass it. Sorry, you have to pass it a function. Okay, function is here. It's the function. Takes it the value. Okay, or the context. Okay, inside our context here. Like that. Okay, then equals to. No. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I'm entirely sorry about that. About the screen share. Okay, nothing I'm sharing it. Sorry about that. Okay. So let me repeat myself. Okay, one more time. Okay. And let me repeat myself. Okay. As I was saying. Okay. Put up the React context. Okay. Documentation, and then I'm going to look at the context consumer. Okay. And the context consumer allows us to subscribe to the context. Okay. Or connects the provider and the subscriber. Okay. The provider and the consumer. Okay. So if you want to use the use context hook, you can always use the consumer. Okay. And it's quite straightforward. Okay. So what you do is this context consumer is a higher order component. Okay. That is, it takes in a function which will return another component. Okay. So it takes in a component. Okay. As a function. Yeah, it's a bit confusing, but simply you don't simply write you have your stuff inside. Okay. Like what you need to provide. Okay. In this case, you pass a function which will return the other JSX. Okay. So in this case, let's give you an example. It's like my context.consumer. Then you pass in some value here. You pass in some JavaScript which will return the JSX. Okay. So in our case here, it's a bit weird. So in our case, after the use case, can say context, then another function, okay. Then of course, just return. So you can return here. You can return some objects, or you can just do this. Because then you can return, okay, return some JSX. Okay, this is some weird way of doing it, but I really don't like this way because I'm mixing too many things and I'm making it a bit harder for myself. That's why I don't recommend it. Okay, this format this. Okay. So it's quite simple. Okay, you pass the context, okay, or the value. You can get the value. Here. The value. Okay. So this value is same as this value here from the block context. This value is same as this value. Get that. Then you pass it here. I'm going to here. This up. You pass it here. Okay. So you pass it as this is a parameter. Yeah, parameter of what of this function. Okay. Of this callback function. Then the callback function will return the JSX. Okay. Better. So now inside here you have access to some value. Okay. You can say cause. Now you can structure say I want the structure get the blocks. Okay. Get that. Get a set block. Okay. 6 set blocks. Capital B, small b, capital B. Yeah. Set blocks. Then you can say equals to value. Okay. You see, yeah, the same thing. So the same thing as the use context. Okay. The difference is you have to encase all your other JSX elements within this. Okay, within this kind of higher order context consumer JSX component, which I don't recommend at all, okay? But it's still also workable, okay? But using the use context hook is better, okay? But this one also better can work. But personally, I don't like having to have lots of calling a function, then returning it, okay? Which is gets a bit kind of hectic to work with, okay? It becomes shabby. Yeah. So now in this case I can say maybe actually I can say let me log out, okay? Let's log out. Okay. Log out the blog. Okay. Yeah, so when I log this blog section, I can see the blog. Okay. Let's see how it works. Okay. Together. Let's see if it works out. Let's close that. Then I open this up one more time. Let's check it out. Inspect. I should see the blog somewhere here. Let me just sorry about this. Let me just put it back on the sides. Yeah, then inside my console, let's use here. You see, right now I can see 1, 2, 3. Okay, these are the 3 components, which are the blog sections. Okay, blog section, blog section, blog section. Okay, you can see I now have access to the blogs. Okay, that's how we are doing it. Okay, right now I have access to the blogs. Okay, this way of doing it. Okay, this way of you applying the blog context consumer, you can use it either in a functional component, okay, or a class-based component together. So I'm going to leave this as it is together, okay. Then I'm going to try okay. Then I'm going to try it. Okay. Right now I'm showing you can use this context consumer together, and you can use both as let me just right here. Our user can be better. Can see here. Current context. Okay. Consumer. Okay. Together. And one of this advantage is can okay be used with both functional okay and class based components. Okay. There are those who are like freaks for classes because they want to do OOP. They can of course use the context, okay? And that's how you apply it. Okay? Then the last bit of it I'm going to show you is how to use it using what? Using classes, okay? This method is only available for classes only, okay? And it's one that which I personally recommend if you're using what? If you're using classes, but also recommend to use hooks because hooks are kind of the new thing, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert this into a class, okay? Real quick, class, okay? Footer, which extends, okay? Extends component together, not composition, sorry, component. Okay, like that. Of course, I need to component here, component, like that. Okay. Then of course here I'll render return. Render. Like that. Render like that. Okay. Just like that. Okay. Yeah. I think it works perfectly. Okay. Let's save this. Yeah, still the same thing. There's no difference. Then it's a class component. Okay. Then the last method, which is for all the classes, is a method which personally, if you're using hooks, I don't recommend at all. Okay, I don't recommend it at all. Okay, and I think if you look at the context API, the consumer one more time, did I close the React documentation? Okay, React documentation again. React documentation here. It was supposed to searching for context consumer. Consumer here. This was the API. Yeah, and here at the top, just before the consumer here, I think here at the top they tell you you can use the what called the context type property on a class, okay, together, which can be assigned to a context object, okay. Then this is the easiest way if you're dealing with classes, okay. And if you have very few context, okay, very simple. What you do is you simply say I want to is it, let me see, it is static, so you call it static, okay, the static property together. So it's a property called static context, okay. Then you set what your context, okay. So now in this case our context what is the blog context, okay. So you say blog context together, which comes from our store together. And then right now you have access to the context together, and that's mostly okay. And I think once you access this, you can take the details of this. You need to say. I think you need to do this. You need to say put a constant, okay, a constant, or can be the case here the constant and saying that, okay, that's a value, okay. Then the value equals this context, okay. This is how you access the context. So I like constants, so I'll say let I differentiate out the blocks like that. I say I differentiate out the blocks here together, comma, then the block set block, okay. Then I have equals to this dot context. Yeah, I think that's for the documentation, okay. Says yes, apply the static static because usually static method, but now it says say you can use a static class feed, so it's a class feed which is part of classes, okay. Then it says static class feed, it's a feed which is part of the classes, okay. Then you initiate the context type, which is a keyword, then you equate it to your context together. Then now you can have access to the context here, okay. Okay, now it's part of this class, okay. It's now added to the values, okay, of the function of the class. It's a bit weird, but now it's added to one of the values of the class, okay. So now you have access to this context, okay, which is now part of the class, okay. Now here you can have access to anything, okay. Maybe I can say instead of having the footer content, I can say maybe I want to have the blogs, okay. Then I get the first blog, okay, because that's an array, then I get the title here. The title. Yeah, so you can see the title, in our case the title of the first blog is I think it's example blog, okay. Because you're gonna see how it works real quick. Let me see. Yeah, you can see down here, so this is a bit tiny, okay, you can see down here you can see you have the example blog together as the footer name, okay. Just I'm going to show you different examples, okay. But as an individual, as a person, I prefer using hooks. I prefer using the context with hooks rather than using the context with classes, okay. Because because the context, so the context hook, the context API, and the hooks, they work very very well, okay. But maybe one day, like coming next week, we might look at Redux, and you can see like why Redux right now is thing of the old, because Redux we are using most of the classes and what we call higher order components, okay. Which can get confusing, okay. So but with your use state and your use state hook, everything becomes simple and kind of straightforward, okay. So for last bit of it, okay, I want to just show you a bit of that of maybe changing our app to use registers, okay. Choose registers. Yeah. So but now I don't need the registers because right now I have only one function. No, I have let me see. If I check my store here, I have only one context, which is which does only one job, which does only one function, which is the set block, okay? Set block function together. And I can make it better by using one code reducer, but I'm hoping I want to see how I can explain to you very well, at least understand it to some extent, okay? But now, how can I apply it, okay? So let me show you the example here, okay? So in our example here, okay, we are seeing, if I go back to my blog section here, in this case, there's nothing here, okay, it's okay. Our photo is nothing here, okay. But if we check our blog, our ad, our whole page together, we having this blog together, okay. This use context, this context. We're saying this context hook together, and you're getting the blogs together. Now imagine your app does more than just getting blogs together. Maybe you're getting different things, okay? You're getting blogs, yeah, because here I can say here I'm saying, okay, here I can say I'm getting, okay, the blogs together, okay? Here I'm getting the blogs, and if I decide our add blog form, here here I'm saying I'm getting, okay, the blogs together, and also the set blog, okay, blog function, okay, but together. Here what I'm mutating, okay, the blogs state, okay. So I need a very neat way of doing this, very neat, okay, and it allows us to avoid so many things, okay, together. So right now it's about of us creating this ID form here together, because I think yeah. So instead of now calling this set blogs and passing in these blogs, okay, you can just simply call it set blogs, okay, then pass it on this object, okay, here. So I'm going to show you how you can apply, you can do that. I know this is a bit kind of confusing, but now imagine, because now in case you're always getting the blogs together, getting the set blogs, okay, you have to get both of these, okay. But now, you're pushing blogs big, okay, you don't always get what you don't need, like maybe the blogs, okay, because you already work at explaining them, okay. But now imagine you have many functions, okay, very different, like set blogs. I think maybe I should go back to our blog section here. So our context is here, okay. Actually we have maybe like we have one here, okay, you have a second one here, maybe actually we have maybe blogs 2 here together. So you have blogs 2 together. Actually we have here, we have another function here together, control copy again. We have like another one here, which is this, okay. 3, actually we have this, okay. This can get a bit overwhelming because you are trying to keep track of all this, okay, together, and you are passing too much of a value here together. So one way of avoiding this, okay, is what we call use reducer hook, okay, together. And use reducer is one of a tricky hook to explain, okay, but I'm going to explain it to the best of my understanding, okay. It's a use reducer, okay. But use reducer, okay, and I say the following hook is use reducer, okay. Let's say the alternative to use state, okay, accepts a reducer type, okay. We're going to look at what was a reducer type, okay, or as an action, or that later on, okay. But for now, say the root reducer, so it's saying It's saying you are going to look at this today. Then on Monday I'm going to look at it in more detail. Okay. I think that introducer is another alternative to use state. Accepts a reducer type. Okay. Also returns okay. And also accepts a type, then it also accepts then returns a current state paired with a dispatch method. And so if you're familiar with Redux, you know how it works together. But those who are not familiar with Redux, it gets confusing. So I'm going to try to explain it by now, but after here, I'm going to re-explain it again, okay, on Monday, because I don't have time. Okay. I'm going to just show you how to use it. Okay. So, which way can I use it? Okay. Let's do this. Okay. I'm going to just go ahead and change some things up. Okay. Yeah, real quick, very quick. Just show you how you can use the use reducer method, use reducer hook. Okay. So, of course, the first thing here, I'm going to just first delete all this. Okay. Maybe that's maybe one, okay, because I'll show you how to work. Maybe one has to make it a bit data, because a bit is too much, okay. So maybe it's only one, yeah, it's only one block. Then inside our context, okay, instead of using the use state, I'm going to use what we call the use reducer, okay. So come on here, I'm going to say use reducer. Use, okay, here, use reducer, okay. Now don't you take down, use reducer, okay. Together, just that, okay. Then use reducer, why? Okay, so let's close this up. Then let's open up our context one more time here. Just format it background, okay. And the use reducer is gonna be replacing our use state, okay. Real quick. So I'm gonna come and say use reducer const, okay. Let's have the same thing for now, but I'm gonna change it on, okay. Logs, comma, set logs. Okay, same thing here, equals to use reducer, okay, yeah, that reducer, okay. And it takes, I think this one, it takes in the state, then the dispatch, okay. So I'm going to pass in the state and the dispatch, okay. The same thing as, almost the same thing as the use state, okay. There's no difference between the use state and there's no difference between the use state and the use reducer. The difference is use reducer gives us more power, okay. It gives us things like more power, okay. So the first thing is I'm going to just come and say, wait, sorry about this. I say it takes it, the reducer, then some initial argument, then the init, okay. But this is confusing. But in my case, I know the use reducer, yeah, use reducer. Sorry about spelling. Reducer, yeah. So here the reducer can see it takes it 3 minus 6 A, B, and C. So the first A is what we call the function which would like the reducer, okay? Can say the reducer. Okay, together. Oh, why is so good spelling? Sorry about that. Okay, so reducer, here. This is the reducer, okay. Reducer function, okay. So reducer function together. Then it takes in the state, okay, the register state, which is now our case, our register state is a block array together. It's almost the same thing, okay. But instead of now taking it the blocks and the set block together, it takes in the blocks, then something called dispatch, okay. dispatch. Okay. Yeah, this is dispatch here. Dispatch. Because that's for implementation. So it says text it. The state is now is a block together. The dispatch function. Okay. The same it's okay. Don't mind. Okay. Then now instead of passing it, the set logs and logs here. Okay. You pass it. Whatever value. Okay. You pass it. The blocks. Okay. Then instead of having set blocks here, you can have dispatch. Okay. Pass it dispatch here. Okay. You can say dispatch dispatch. Dispatch. Okay. Why are they giving dispatch here? Okay. That then here also texting as dispatch. Okay. Dispatch. Yes. Okay. Then you can ask yourself, what is the reducer function? Okay. What exactly is this reducer function? Okay. What is it? Okay. So maybe let's calculate whether that reducer function up here. Okay. Can I say I want to have function the const, okay, which is reducer. Why are they giving all this reducer? This is a function. Okay. And then of course equals to a function. Okay. Function is yeah. Let's say what is a reducer function? Okay. What's a reducer function? What does it do? Okay. Sorry about that. So what's a reducer function? What exactly is a reducer function? Okay. So in any case, what you should know, reducer function is simply a function which will mutate the state, okay, to mutate the state on how based on some conditions. Okay. Usually the reducer usually we want to use state. Okay, you can say maybe if usually you can see this some okay, if maybe you can say if. So they use reducer function. I think it takes in two things. It takes in the state, okay, and the action, okay. And I think you can see it here. It's a bit confusing, but you can see okay. The reducer takes in the state to the action together. Then it can we call can say let's see and they say when you have complex set logic that involves multiple sub, okay, and I say here the reducer function, okay, which will take like a switch, okay, one is statement, okay, it will return according to a bunch of cases, okay, of conditions, okay. It's one of the most confusing things, okay, when it's beginning, yeah, okay, because you ask yourself how do they work. Okay? So I'm going to try to explain. Okay? So usually we check. Okay? You check for conditions. Okay? So that kind of instead of using the switch condition if we explain it together to explain it a little bit better. Okay? So for example, you can say if the action, okay, the type is equal to, okay, is equal to, maybe equal to, maybe like a create, okay, underscore blog, okay, like that, okay. What you do is you return, okay, you return what you call the vision state, okay, which is this state here, the blog array. Then you can say the state, okay, like that, okay. Like that, it's not there. But remember now, what you do is I want to get the state, spray the state, okay. Let me just control shift. Just the way I need, okay, maybe like just the way I need start for example, okay. Like that's the way I need it here, okay. It's in the blog form, okay. I said set logs together, get the logs, spread them, then create a new array, okay, a new block together. Same thing, I'm going to come and say get the state together, then think we pass it a new object, get a new object, okay, which contains same thing here, okay, contains these three things, okay. What you can do is it contains this, okay, contains this, the ID, the title, subject, the image, okay. So same thing. Let's go copy this whole thing here. Okay, but no, not the whole thing. It's confused myself, not the whole thing. I just want to just get a few things, just the title, the image, okay, everything. Okay, so here we are just gonna pass in an object containing. I will spell this up also on man again. Okay, so it will contain the title, the title. Okay, no, I think you just copy this one by copying all this. I think just copy all this stuff. Copy this thing here. Okay, copy this up here. Control copy. Okay, come here and say, and paste it here. Okay, paste it here. Okay, then I will change. Okay, what I do here, this person, this, and also this. Yeah, good. Okay, suppose say I want to get the ID. Okay, the ID, in case the ID, there has to be an ID of 5. Let's be the ID. Okay, everything has the same ID. Okay, the title will be action. Again, will be action together. Okay, dot in our case we want the action to be, let's have action dot, let's say action dot blog. Okay, it's blog. No, let's have as action dot what, action dot value. No, action dot title, okay? To get a bit confusing, let's say action dot title. Okay, the title, action dot spellings. Okay, title. So yeah, I'm also going to have action dot subject. Control copy. Action dot subject here. Together. Yeah, to subject here. Subject. Yeah. So I'm having the action dot title, then the action dot subject. Okay. Yeah, this is absolutely okay together. Because in our state I'm having an array of objects. Yeah, this works. Okay, this works perfectly. Okay, this works perfectly. Because I'm having action dot title, action dot subject. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay, don't need to confuse myself too much. Okay. Then of course right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and try to implement this. Okay, instead of implementing the set loads, I'm going to try to implement dispatch. Okay, I'm going to show you how to implement that inside our add block together. And it's okay. So in our case, I'm just going to go ahead and say I'm going to move this one. Okay, I don't need this anymore. Just okay, let's leave it here. Just comment out. Okay, with that down here, I'm going to use the okay. I'm going to just come and say I need to get the blocks, and also no, I don't need the mass. Need that the const. I need the dispatch. Okay, dispatch. Okay, yeah, dispatch. Okay, equals to use context. Okay, use context. Yeah, use context. Use context. Use context. Then I bring in the block context. Yeah, like that. Okay, same thing. There's no difference. Okay, the difference is I'm no longer using the set blocks, so I'm not using the reducer method. Okay, the format condition. I can see. Then here, when it comes to changing the set, okay, we take the set here. Okay, I'll just say our dispatch. Okay, call dispatch. Okay, and dispatch will take in an object. Okay, is that object? Yes. Let me see. Let's check the implementation one more time to be sure. Dispatch. This is okay. Dispatch will take in the type together. Yeah, to take the type as an object. So I will say text in the type. Now the type is supposed to be the type equals to, go back to my context. Type is create block together. So control copy. Come here, paste it here. Type equals to that. Okay. Then since I'm passing in also the other values, okay, because I'm passing other values. I can pass it as a comma. No, sorry, supposed to be inside here. It's supposed to be comma. Okay. I'm gonna pass in an object. Okay. Containing the title. Okay. Together. Title here. Okay. Comma. And also the value. So title then was the subject. Okay, subject. Okay. Yeah, that subject. Okay. Is that error here? That is containing. Oh, the type. Then okay, then I should have this question here. That okay. Yeah, blog. Yeah, to make my life easy. Okay. So I'm saying I'm passing the title, then a blog object, okay, which has a subject of what of title and subject. Okay, this has to be equal to the title value. Title value. The value. I think that's a value. This has to be equal to this has to be the subject value. I think subject value. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit weird, but let me explain what I did. Okay. Control Shift I. Okay, so let us remove the comments. Just space out the comments here. Okay, so I'm saying dispatch. The type is create blog together. If I check my contents here, the type is create blog together. What if the type is create blog? It goes ahead and returns the state. Sorry, returns an array. Okay, omit the state to become an array. Then you pass in the state. Okay, you display the state out. Then you create an object with an ID of 5. The title that will be the blog here. .blog. Okay. .blog title. Then has to be action.blog. .subject. Okay. If you are passing more than one value, you can have an extra what object here. Okay. So it's action. Action is action here. Action here. It's action here. Which is the second kind of the second value. Okay. The action contains the blog, then you get the title, then you get the subject. Okay. Yeah, I think that's how it works. Yeah. Yes, and that's all. Okay. Yeah, that's all. I think that's all. And now you'll be able to what? I didn't change anything. Okay, inside my application. I did simply instead of using this function here together, I'm using the dispatch. I'm using registers. It's a bit confusing, but I hope you have gotten at least something out of it. Okay, because of money I will try to go over it one more time for you to understand more better. Okay, with more direct examples. Okay, so let me check out what is happening in the application. I hope that it crashed. It has crashed. Interesting. The one is crying about saying type what is it? Okay, there's some weird things happening here. I think the comments have issues. The comments have no issues. Let's see. Why is this not happening? Dispatch here. Type equals create log. Everything is working perfectly, but an error here. What is it here? Oh, sorry, supposed to be type equals supposed to be type. Then you have this. Yeah, this is just JavaScript syntax error. I was confused what. Okay, so it's compiling. It's compiling. Good. Everything has worked out perfectly by now, but I think there's still some error happening here. And what's the error? Hopefully the error is big. Okay, it's still working. Okay, we still have our one log together. Can see inside our there's some error here. Because let's say our blog is okay. Let's try to create something and see. So create blog and see what I think. That's okay. This is okay. Let's try to create a blog. as you're creating, let's check our application, our components. Let's check. I think it is. I think it's within the. Let's see, it's within the add block. This add block, you have the props, okay, and things are changing here. Things are changing here together. Then you have your context, okay? Is a context here, which is a block of an array together. Then dispatch that if I submit, I should see a signal here, still works the same, okay? Can see it still works the same way, but it looks a bit off. How off? Let's see how it looks like this. Okay, it looks the same, but although the things have been jumbled up, let me see. 5 subject title this, yeah, so working the way I want it. Okay, if I check, I think if I check my super block here, yeah, it's here. Okay, good. Kind of confusing now. Since it has worked and has worked the way I was expecting it to work, let me explain it one more time. Okay, so this before that, let's first revise it up, then let's move all this code. Okay, all this code, because I think I'm access this. Okay, can also go back to the branch name and get this. Okay, good. Okay, just click this up very well. Okay, good. Then this to have an active interface. Okay, so for you to use, not for you, but rather for you to use Visual User and the Context API, it's actually one of the best combinations. Okay, it actually looks exactly almost close to what to Redux for those who have tried Redux before. Okay, and it's quite easy to use Reducer with context. Okay, very simple. They use Reducer hook text in 2 things. Okay, kind of text in like text in 3 things. Okay, but for now the things which are necessary text in 2. Okay, text in a Reducer function. Okay, then text in the initial state. Okay, together as described by the documentation. Okay, then when you dispatch out these two from this Reducer, okay, you get the state, okay, and the dispatch function, okay, or dispatch method. Okay, that's all for the Reducer. Okay, then the Reducer function is simply a function which has which compares, okay, compares what we call text in 2 things. The state here, okay, the state here together. Then it takes in an action, okay, together. And this action has a bunch of values. Okay, for one value you have the action dot type. Okay, actually this action is an object together. It's an object. Okay, it's an object. And for you to make it understand better, you can log out. Okay, log out. You can say here console. Okay, don't log, not log out. The action, okay, like that. Okay, the action in this case here. And let's see. Okay, then yes, let's see what. Okay, let's start. Let's go to ahead and close up. Close this up. Okay, close it up. Okay, then I want just open up both VS Code and both Chrome here, so you can see what's happening around here. Okay, just to have a glimpse of what's happening. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just try to open up the console here. The console. Okay, then open up the messages here. Okay, down here, let us clear up everything here. Just clean. Okay, then this Reducer function here together is called when you create a block. Okay, when I submit something here in the block together, submit. Okay, and you can see, okay, the action here together has a type code, a type of create block together. So this action is what the dispatch works. Okay? So this action is given us by this dispatch. Okay? Dispatch, because this the dispatch is an action. Okay, so this dispatch here, okay, this dispatch here, which is here, this dispatch here. Okay, this what is this dispatch function, okay, is the same as what's here together. Okay, I think the same thing. Okay, together. That means you can have as many things you want. Okay, that's action. Okay, then the state. Okay, can say maybe action, comma action. Okay, that okay, and see. That's how you can access the various things and see what's happening if you are confused somehow. Okay, control copy. Then you can say control V. Can say one log out the state. Okay, and the state here. The state. Okay. Set here. Okay. Set this. Okay. And you can see. Wait. There's that in Japan now. It's okay. This is okay. Okay. Let's first clear this up. Okay. If I submit. Okay. Submit here. Because that's an uploading something. Can see. This is action together. This is action. This is the state. Okay. Somewhere I say okay. So you can imitate the state by either saying by returning it. Okay. Inside the reset function. Okay. That's how. Okay. Then you can check. Can check. If the action type equals to create block. Okay. If action type equals to create block together, please go ahead and return the state to return an array, okay, or imitate the state, okay, which then spray that the previous state, okay, then pass it the second, create a new block together. You can also say maybe as if, okay, as if, okay, together, action dot type, okay, equals, okay, equals maybe equals to maybe delete, okay, delete, okay, underscore block, okay, do something, okay, maybe like for example return, okay, return an empty state, okay, an empty array, okay, this is a state, okay, so here you return the state, okay, returning, okay, the state, okay, together. This is state, okay, this is state together. And the easiest way for us to avoid is if you can always use but use switch, okay, switch statement, okay. But if works, because if would confuse most people, because most people don't do if, okay, together. Yeah, so if the if delete, then when I return an empty array, as state, okay. So if I go here and say instead of create of type create block, and I change it to delete block, okay, delete block, delete, okay, block together, save it, okay, and of course I'll try to refresh, okay, and you can see this, try to check the components, okay, then you can check our here, which is having 1, 2, 3, around 4, 3 things, okay. If I say exactly submit, you should go ahead and some error here happening. What's the error? Okay, let's start with this too. This stuff here. There's some error here happening. Okay, let's first remove this. Okay, just that's enough. Okay, save. You got the error will go away. Okay, so just be careful right now. If I say the provider here, look at the provider, can see I'm having a reducer, okay, I have one reducer, okay, one body. If I click on this, okay, submit, I see an error. What's happening here? Okay, there's something happening between what's happening? Okay, it's because once I delete all the this happens, okay, everything else goes away, and now I'm having some errors happening here, okay, so I don't click into the errors, okay, let's go back, okay. But once you call a function, okay, automatically go ahead and delete, okay, to return the state which is empty together. Remember, we don't physically go ahead and change the state, actually imitate it using functions, okay, using either reducers or we use state, okay. So after the explain to some extent, okay, maybe I'll have a small question which will explain better, okay. I'm sure that you can use a reducer function to make the application more data and easy for you to expand. Okay, for example, I have a create blog and have, let's say, photocopy here, having maybe update log, okay, update log, okay, which will just simply maybe return the whole state, okay, the whole state like that, okay, then maybe the state like that, okay, instead of the state, okay, like that, then I say comma, maybe something else, okay, something else here together. Then what happens, okay, is what you add, okay, it's up to you, okay. Then maybe S should done is, okay, let's say S to avoid errors when things fall apart, okay, let's say return state, okay, return state. Yeah, so I hope to some extent we have grasped a little bit of something, although I don't reduce it a bit confusing, especially also you to React, okay. It may get a bit tricky, but that is quite straightforward, okay. I'm going to repeat them one more time, just like the first minutes, so you can get over this, okay. So I'll push it off GitHub, push it GitHub just before I forget. Okay. The same repository which I shared. Okay. So I'm going to share it to GitHub. Okay. It's a trial. Okay. Now I'll push this work to GitHub. Now you have access to it. Okay. Questions will come in later. I think I'm done pushing it. You can ask questions. Okay. Concerning what I taught today, or what you like, also maybe other things which you want us to look at later on. But on Monday, hopefully, if you can look at Firebase, we'll look at Firebase on Monday. So actually on next week, Firebase, then I think we will start with that blog up. Okay. We'll start with it. Okay. And then let's start left with this maybe displaying art. Okay. Let me send the GitHub link to you. I think it's somewhere here. And this is the poster here. Okay. Someone share this repository to you. You can always find it here. You can also find it, okay? Yeah, you can